and welcome to a new episode of Out and About in Bahrain. Every episode will be taking you on a tour in this beautiful kingdom to explore new places and get to know more information. Let's go. Our stop now is at one of the oldest archaeological sites on the island. It's square in shape with 4 circular towers in the corners, and it's a 5-minute drive from Bahrain International Airport. Any idea where we are? Welcome to Arad Fort. The 15th century Islamic fort may not be as large as its sister fort, Bahrain Fort, very close by, but I can show you many reasons why it's worth the trip. Arad Fort was constructed in a very strategic location, facing a very important waterway, aiming to keep the invaders out. The first line of defense is this water trench that you see here. Right now it's not filled with water, but it was filled with water back then. And the source of water supply was this well. And the walls that I'm standing next to were the second line of defense. Right now I'm standing here next to the main gate or the main entrance of the fort, which is positioned between the 2 towers that have openings for soldiers and cannons and are used for controlling the ships and making sure no invaders come inside. And there's another defense mechanism here. If you notice the openings up there, they were used by the soldiers to pour hot oil and hot water upon any invader entrance into the fort. But before we enter the fort, let's take a look now at the walls from the inside. Seems that there's a side door here as well. Interesting. We just got now inside the fort, and the first thing facing the entrance door is this room that was used by the highest ranks of officials and soldiers. And those columns were used to hold a ceiling that doesn't exist anymore. Also inside the fort we have 3 stairs, 2 facing the front, and under each of them we have a prison cell. Let's take a look at one of them. So I just ran here into Melissa from Canada. Where exactly from Canada?
Quebec City.
Hello and welcome to Bahrain. She'll tell us what she thinks about the fort. What's your impression?
Well, first of all, I think that the fort is the most surprising and wonderful thing that I've run into in my few days that I've been in Bahrain. And being an avid cyclist, I'd come around here last week and was just surprised and overwhelmed to see it next to this giant mega mall. So it actually stopped me in my tracks. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the contrast between the old and the new, right?
Precisely.
Yes, and what do you think about the details and the story of the fort?
Well, first of all, I was really impressed and thinking that the story and the people of Bahrain are very passionate about their history. So it's really lovely to be able to put into my real life what I've read so much about on paper. I feel very privileged to be here.
Yeah, that's amazing, and we're very welcoming and very happy to see you here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This fort was originally built by the Portuguese and later on reconstructed by the Omanis in the 1800s. Now let's take a look at some structures inside the fort. Here we can see the foundations of 3 rooms. The first one was used as a resting area for the soldiers, and the next one was used for the storage of weapons and cannons, and the third one was used for the storage of food items. And as I told you, every historical Bahraini building or house should have a medbasa. So right here we have a medbasa because the dates were very important for Bahrainis. Now let's take a look at the well at the center of the fort. This well was used to provide the fort with fresh spring water, and what's amazing about it is that until today you can look down and see fresh water inside. Right here next to the well is a washing area, since this is the source of fresh spring water. Here this was filled with water and was used to wash the horses of the officials with the highest ranks. And next, right here, we find the stable for the horses of the highest ranks of officials. Let's take a look at it. Mini stable. If you're wondering where's this beautiful place, this is the harbour of Arad's fort. If you want to come here by boat, you can take it from Bahrain's National Museum, and it's right opposite to the fort. This brings us to the end of our tour in Arad Fort. If you are a fan of historical places, this is a must-see place and you should add it to your bucket list. Don't go anywhere. See you at the next stop. We just stopped now at a fun destination for all ages. It's the perfect place for you to have a blast with your family or friends. Maybe show off some skills and practice your hobbies. Now let's go register. So the day today is full of surprises. The first game will be bowling. Now it's time to wear my bowling shoes. Who's excited? Bowling can be so much fun with family and friends, but by the way, some people take it very seriously. And right here, a lot of tournaments and competitions are held between professional bowling players. Bowling is so much fun. I can't get enough of it unless we're going for another adventure. If you're into a winter wonderland activity, the ice rink is your go-to. I'm very excited about this. And now we're ready to go. I'm a beginner, so please don't make fun of me. Try this, it's so much fun. And by the way, we have another surprise. If you're wearing white, you can glow in the dark. This brings us to the end of our activities today. By the way, those aren't the only activities offered here. Those are my two favorite ones. You have to come here and explore for yourself. Our journey doesn't stop here, see you next episode with much more adventures and places to be explored with Out and About in Bahrain.